What's up, people? It's your favorite Unc B, and I've been back at it again. Welcome to Holy Stream Fridays. This is Real Talk Fridays, the pod. Thank y'all so much for tuning in on this evening. If you're watching this video, share this video. Send it to people you like and you love. If you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel yet, I need you to go ahead and do that. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Be a part of the community. You understand? Be a part of the community, man. Come and make sure that you are a part of the community. So right now we are on the road to 300. So we are almost there, and we're still gonna keep this show rocking and rolling. So tonight, man, it's gonna be a real talk conversation. The conversation gonna be really dope. I'm just wanna let you know. Tonight we're gonna talk about the algorithm of God. I think it's gonna be pretty cool. So make sure you tune in. Vibe with me for a second. We'll get some water. Make sure you share this video. You got 2-3 minutes, and we're gonna get this thing rocking. So, you dig? Oh, what is going on, people? Welcome to tonight, man. I'm trying to figure out what type of music to play on Friday. So I'll be going back and forth between jazz music, lo-fi. I'll be trying to go back and forth, just trying to get the music, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'll be tossing and turning. I'll be going back and forth. Because I'm going to be knowing what type of music like to play for real. I'll be like, dang, I should play this or switch up and play that. Like, I don't be knowing. I be trying to figure it out, y'all. Like, bear with me. Like, for real, like, bear with me. I be trying. I be trying. I be trying to give y'all some good music for Fridayz, but I be really trying to figure it out, and I cannot find the good music sometimes. I don't be knowing why. Not feeling that. Not feeling that one. I don't know. I'm not feeling it. Maybe if I go back to the... I guess I can start here. Yeah, it's always a good one to start up with. Shout out to Redefine TV for the good vibes. My boy Jerry Flowers Jr. out here in Houston, Texas. But tonight, man, let's have a conversation. You know, it's been a lot, you know, going on, trending in the world and stuff like that. One of the biggest things I think that a lot of us are really trying to figure out is, you know, in the midst of trying to go viral, trying to get your name out there, you know, putting your content out, whether you're streaming, whether you go live, you know, whatever you do. I think one of the biggest things to everyone really is still, is one of those topics that we don't talk about, but it's also one of the topics that's very controversial. Like, we really try to figure out, is God real? And if he's real, why isn't my life going the way that it's going? Or, why am I not viral yet? In other words, viral looks like, why haven't my life popped off yet? Why am I not rich yet? Why am I not wealthy yet? Why am I not living in the life that I desire? Am I even in God's algorithm for real? Like, why isn't my life loading up yet? Why am I still in the same situation? Like, I've changed my emotions and I went to therapy. I've done the things I need to heal, but it's like I'm still not where I want to be, because it's like I'm not in the algorithm for God. I know y'all never really thought about that, but like, think about it. If you're in God's algorithm, meaning that you're in his presence, you're in his favor, you're in his love, you're in everything, like, how is it that you know that you're even in there? And you're really probably not looking at it this way, but when you think about it, your life could be really reflecting if you're in the algorithm or if you're not in the algorithm. Like, whose algorithm are you a part of? Like, every single day. Like, think about it. If your life comprised of reels and YouTube shorts and clips, whose algorithm would you be a part of? Would you be in God's algorithm? Or would you be in the devil's algorithm? Whose algorithm would you be a part of? Like, it's something to think about. You know, even, like, have you ever felt like everyone else's life is like taking off, while yours is like buffering? Yours is just chilling. Yours not even doing it. Like, everybody else's life is taking off, whether they are older than you or younger than you, or even in the same age range, same generation as you. But it seems like everybody else's life is taking off, but yours is still buffering. Have you ever like wonder why? And it's not like you're hating. It's not like you like worried about what they got going on, but you've seen their process. But what about your process? As if you're not doing the things you need to do. You're working hard. You're taking care of your family. You're not being lazy. You're trying to live a life that you want, because you have your needs and your wants as well, on top of providing for your family needs and wants. But you're still trying to figure out, like, why everyone's life taking off but not mine. Maybe it's not a delay. Maybe God is just recalibrating your algorithm. That's all it is. Maybe it's not a delay. Maybe it's not a delay. Maybe God is literally just recalibrating your algorithm. Really, that's what it can be. You know, social media algorithms, like, they decide what gets seen based on what? The timing. You gotta be there in the right timing, right? Depending on what's going on. the type of engagement and consistency. But guess what? God's the same way. He promotes what's in alignment with his purpose, not just what looks good to people. That's exactly the way God is. That's what it is. So God's algorithm, like, it doesn't reward popularity. It never did. Because if that's the case, like, a lot of people who are popular, they wouldn't say that they don't serve God. They wouldn't say that. So God's algorithm doesn't reward popularity. It doesn't. It promotes, it rewards purity. It doesn't reward popularity, it rewards purity. It does. And a lot of times people don't understand this. Anything that's pure takes time to be made. Just because it's popular doesn't mean that it's good product. What makes product good is marketing. You got the best product in the world, but if you don't have that machine behind it, who's gonna know your product good? Who's gonna know that your product is good? Right now, till this day, there are people right now on Instagram, Facebook, just Instagram alone, that have millions of followers, but nobody know who they are. It's a person right now I saw, literally, like, I think last week, they had 700,000 followers. Known person, but don't have a blue check, not even verified. Crazy. Got viral videos, not verified. It's a person I know, don't know him personally, but know of, has a shoe brand, very popular shoe brand, been on the Breakfast Club, all of that. He has never been past 540,000 followers, ever. And the dude makes $1 million a month plus with his own shoe brand. He got his own shoes, he got his own clothing, he has his own jewelry, he has everything his name that he created. Doesn't not once been past 540-some thousand followers. Crazy. Got Lambos, bought his mom house, people he worked for put them all in brand new cars, done all of that. Guess what? But doesn't fit in the algorithm. I follow him on Instagram, never see his stuff. I never see his stuff at all. It's not that I don't want to see it, it's never in my algorithm. I'm like, yo, I don't ever see his stuff. And it's getting to a point to where, like, I've unfollowed a lot of people on my Instagram, and I still don't, it doesn't even matter if I follow them or not, because I don't ever see their stuff, like, ever. But it's not about popularity with God. That's not what gets you rewarded. That's not what gets you rewarded. We think that if we have a certain level of popularity instead of purity, that means that we're good. You could be popular and be broke. There's people out there that got millions of followers but not making a lot of money. I want you to know that. Why do you think people with all these followers, why do you think they have the link in their bio? Click the link in my bio. They got a link tree, and when you click on that link tree, they got links to different websites. They either doing a digital product, they're doing another product, they got an ebook, they got some type of skincare line, or they are an affiliate. They're connected to an affiliate program, which is a really good thing, by the way. They have so many different things going on at one time so that they can monetize off the followers. So they do content and they'll promote the product so people can come and buy the product. Like, I want you to understand that, like, just because you got all these followers don't mean you make money. That's not how that goes. The money don't just fall on your lap because you have a lot of followers. So that's not what it's about with God. You can't go viral in the kingdom without being processed in private. I hope you caught that. You can't go viral in the kingdom without being processed in private. You can't be. If you didn't catch Monday or Wednesday, you need to go back and watch it, because that's exactly what happened to Saul, who was Saul of Tarsus, who became Paul, who God changed his name, and he was an official disciple of Jesus Christ. He got processed in private. No one knew that he got saved until he popped out. No one knew he got blinded until he popped out. Well, really, he never told his testimony. He just started talking about Jesus immediately after Ananias wiped the scales off of his eyes. He immediately preached Christ, like immediately. So you can't go, and this is for somebody, man, like going viral. I'm not really talking about you going viral on social media. I'm talking about you going viral in your life. Viral to the person, like what I'm doing here, it's not the same for everybody. Viral can mean you being a 6-figure or 7-figure earner. Viral can mean you starting businesses or you having money saved. Viral can mean you being a husband or you being a wife. Viral can mean you retiring your parents, right? You buying land, you owning real estate. Viral can mean so many different things. It can mean a bunch of different things to different people. But I want you to understand this. You can't go viral. Your viral looks different from everyone else. Because when people say, I want to go viral, the reason why they say that is not because of popularity, it's because viral means you make money. That's what it is, right? You get more opportunities, more doors open, whether they be good or bad. The same thing in anything else. Go whatever you want in your life to go viral. It could be putting your kids in the best schools. It could be eating better. It could be having a better body, being in shape. It could be all of those things. You can't go viral in the kingdom of God without being processed in private. You can't. You can't. Jesus got processed in private. Right after he got baptized, the Spirit of God in Matthew chapter 4 led him into the wilderness to get tempted by the devil. That's what the scripture says. Matthew chapter 4. Read it whenever you get some time. That was a private processing situation. For 40 days and 40 nights, he got processed private. The disciples, all 12 of them, got processed privately. So that's the way God worked. We want to be out there. I understand. You want to get your dream car so everyone can really see. You want to pull up different to your class reunion. You want to take trips. You want to eat the best of foods, because this food out here, like, they're trying to kill us in real life. You want to live in a good neighborhood so that your kids can be part of a good school system, so that you can feel protected, so you can walk in your neighborhood at night and not feel bothered. Like, you want these things. That's equivalent to going viral. Viral is not about popularity all the time. Viral is about your life being changed. The reason why people want to go viral is so that they can get the money to change their life. It's not about being in front of cameras and being on talk shows and doing, writing books and going on tour. No, that's a byproduct of it. People want to go viral because of the money, because they want more money, because they want to get out of the situation that they're in and be in the situation that they're in right now. That's the whole purpose of going viral. It's not so, hey, I'm on camera, see me. No, it's so you can get more opportunities and get more money. Have you noticed? Let's say Cardi B, for example. When Cardi B was doing all the crazy stuff on social media, when she was doing the old crew and all the other crazy stuff, the moment she got the money, she instantly stopped doing it. She used to strip. The moment she got money, she instantly stopped. Instantly stopped. The moment she got more endorsements, she stopped releasing certain music. Y'all never noticed it. When she did Bodak Yellow and all them other songs, the moment she started getting like more endorsements from like McDonald's and Popeyes, if I'm not mistaken, all that different stuff, they stopped doing music. Look at Megan Thee Stallion. When Megan got that, was it McDonald's or Popeyes, one or two, she instantly stopped doing music. Because the checks are different. When you sign that contract, it comes with a clauses, and it comes with statement of works. It comes with proposals. It comes with NDAs. It tells you, if you want us to pay you this check, this is what you have to meet every single month. This is the amount of content you got to post every single month, and this is what we'll give you on the 1st and 15th every single month if you meet this criteria. It ain't no different than YouTube. If you want to start monetizing on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, you have to hit a certain number in order for you to start being monetized. You got to post so many videos every single week. You got to get so many views, and you have to have so many followers, and you got to keep this up every single day. Every single day, every single day, every single day. It's constant. All the time, all the time, all the time. When Megan started doing certain music and she got them bigger checks, she instantly stopped. It wasn't about the popularity. It was about getting the money, getting the checks. Look at a lot of the artists. Look at 50 Cent. How you go from Many Men to now Get Rich or Die Trying to now you write movies and TV shows. You got deals with stars and all. When the money come in, it changes things. It changes your whole perspective. But you got to be processed in private first. There's no way around it. You have to be processed in private. The money is a byproduct of after you go viral. You gotta be done. You gotta be done private. So the things that you guys are despising, like, man, like I can't pay my bills on time. I got this coming out my account. I'm stressing because I gotta make a decision between feeding myself or feeding my kids, or feeding myself, feeding my kids, and put gas in the car so I can make it to work to make money so I can feed my kids. You're making decisions between, man, like, I don't want to be in debt. I got these doctor bills. I got these co-pays. But at the end of the day, I got this light bill I need to pay. So I need to figure out, should I put something on the light bill? But I don't want to owe nobody nothing because that's going to mess up my credit. Because I want to get a house. It's all of these things that you're going through, right? God is literally processing you. Because what'll happen is, as crazy as it sounds, if you're not processed in private, you will be humiliated in public. Because the money is not going to help you, it's going to hurt you. Because all money does, and every rich person will tell you this, every person who have had money and lost it, they will tell you this. Money never changes people. People say, oh man, money changed people. No. People who say that are mad because the people that got the money, they don't want them to have the money. Money made them change. No, they never switched up when they got money. You just was hating because you don't want them to be successful. You don't want them to have money. But what money really does, it enhances, it exposes who you really are. That's what money does. It's not that person switched up. That's who they always have been. That's who they've always have been. They just haven't had the money yet. That's all it is. You see people get all this money, and then you try to figure out, well, why did they go get all these surgeries done? Why did they get all this stuff done to their face, and they were so beautiful before? That's how they always felt about themselves. The money just gave them the opportunity to do it. That's all it was. That's how they always felt. But you don't know them personally. You only know what was seen out in the news, or now since we have the internet. The internet. That's all you know. But you don't know them people personally. You don't know what they're going through. They're normal folks just like you and I. They have emotions. They have feelings. They have family. They have all of that. So we can't sit here and think that because they're at a certain level with certain money that they're going to do something different. No. Like, you have to realize, like, going through stuff in private, being processed in private, as the scripture says, when you pray in private, God will turn around and bless you openly. But we don't want to do that. We want to pray openly so that we could be blessed in private. That's not how it works. And that's the reason why a lot of us will never make a lot of money. Because we want to be blessed as spies for the kingdom. That's not how it works. Because the kingdom of God suffered violence, and the violent take it by force. When you take something by force, that's not something you do quietly. It's not something you do quietly at all. The reason why, I'm going to just say this too. This just fell in my spirit. The reason why people feel so keen to disrespect Jesus and Christianity is because Christians are quiet. Christians don't say anything. Christians are very meek and don't be standoffish. They very to themselves. You will never know if you put a Christian and a Muslim in the same room. You will know a Muslim when you see him. You would never know a Christian when you see him ever. We secret agents. We're spies. Like, it's weird, but it's true. But we think it's honorable all at the same time. It's like, yeah, I love God, but I don't want to judge nobody, but I still love God as well. But I don't want nobody to judge me because I got my own dirt and I got my own issues. When you see a Muslim, you know it. Not just by how they dress, but just how they carry themselves. Just how they look. You can just tell one when you see one. And that's why everybody feel like it's okay to disrespect Jesus. That's the reason why people can wear upside down crosses. You would never see that happen in the Muslim community, ever. And it's nothing to do with Christianity or Jesus itself. It's nothing to do with that. It's just the way that people portray it here in this world. That's why people feel so eager to say, oh, F Jesus and the third. You would never say that about Muhammad. You would never say that about Buddha as well. You would never go to China or Thailand or any place where Buddhism is high or Hinduism is high. You would never go there and disrespect and say F then wear upside down Buddha on your chain. You would never do that. You would never do that. You would never wear an evil eye sideways and put an X on it and crack that. You would never do that stuff. because you know how people feel. So in other words, it's like you want to pick on somebody that you know that you can beat up. Because the issue is that with Christians is that people see us and say, you're not supposed to retaliate because Jesus took a beating and he got nailed on a cross and he suffered a violent death, but he died for everybody, including you and I. But it still doesn't give you the right to be disrespectful and all that, but that's not what they feel. They feel that I can still disrespect you because you're supposed to forgive me. You're supposed to not curse me out. You're supposed to not have any feelings at all. You're supposed to just take it because you're a Christian. That's what they believe. The Muslims don't say that. So people think because you're a Christian, you're soft, you know, you don't do this, or you want to be celibate, you don't want to sleep around, you gay. Like that's what they say. Oh, you gay. You don't have any kids yet, you gay. Like because you don't want to be out here living reckless, having diseases, spreading diseases, having babies all over the city, all over the state, whatever, in different states, having a whole bunch of broken households, but you can't live like that and be straight. You can't live like no, that's not the way the world's supposed to be. But if a Muslim does that, you'll respect it. You respect it with them. And that's the reason why you're not in God's algorithm. It's because of that type of mindset right there. So the same God that y'all praying to, that you call in a higher power, is the same God that is the Father of Christ. That you can't get to the Father without going through him. So if you disrespect him, you disrespect God. So that's why you praying and you're not hearing nothing. Whoop-de-doo. Newsflash. Now you got the truth. Now you got the truth. That's why you see more demons than angels. That's the reason why. Because of that. People expect Christians not to have any feelings. You can't cut a Christian off and say, don't have road rage, when you almost killed them. You ran them off the road. You can't flip a Christian off. You can't be rude. You can't do any of that. Like, we as believers, we always have to be the bigger person. Other religions don't believe that. You know you ain't gonna say that about Buddha. You know you ain't gonna say that about Muhammad or Confucius. You're never gonna say any of that. Because you know what will happen. You know them folks ride and they'll die behind it. But with Christians, it's like people are very passive and very passive aggressive as well. Because there is nothing in the word where Jesus retaliated, because the Quran and the Surah tells people to kill. It tells you to kill. If they do this, kill them, take them out. War. Jesus don't say none of that. So it's like, I want to pick on you because I already know you ain't gonna do nothing back. That's soft. That's real soft. That's arrogant. That's ignorant. But it's real soft. It's easy to pick on it's easy to be a 40-year-old and you picking on a 3-year-old. What the 3-year-old gonna do to you? That's how a lot of y'all look for real. But you praying and asking God, I know higher power or whatever you want to call him. Whatever name you try to give him, his name is Yahweh. Straight up. There's no other God but him. He's the creator. There's no other. You can name it. His name is Yahweh and that's it. Period. He has one son. His name is Jesus. He had one spirit called Holy Spirit. That's the Godhead. It's the Trinity. Well, the word Trinity is not in the Bible. Well, guess what? Automobile isn't either, but you're still driving one. Tesla is not in there either, but you own a Tesla. Lamborghini is not in the Bible either, but why are you driving a Lamborghini? Why are you driving a Ford or a Toyota? Why are you wearing Louis V? Louis V is not in the Bible at all. And if you want to go according to the Bible, a lot of you would be struck down because you're wearing a mixed fabric if you want to take it to the Levitical law type of situation if you want to. But we're not going to talk about that because why? Because that would make you judgmental. That would make you, whatever. But you want to talk about the same God. You can't get to the Father unless you go through the Son. If you deny the Son, you deny the Father. And Jesus said to himself, if you deny me in front of people, I will deny you in front of my Father. Simple as that. And the crazy thing is, there is biblical truth. There is evidence now. There is eyewitness testimonies to prove that he existed, he lived, everything he did was actually true. I don't understand why folks still don't want to believe it. As I said before, man, it's 2025. It's so much evidence now to look up in Google and Chat GBT and OpenAI. It's no excuse anymore. Like y'all, it's no excuse anymore. All of this. Well, I don't believe you. If you say you don't believe now in 2025, it's because you choose not to. If you have any access to the internet, God has made Himself available for you to see Him. You can't say He haven't. You cannot say He haven't. You're just choosing not to. And people want to use their emotions to make excuses, like, oh well, you know, everybody's life is different. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. You're making excuses. You know, you don't have to grow up in church. I never grew up in church. I never did. I went to church, but it wasn't forced upon me and my sibling. We wasn't forced to go. You're gonna go or else. No, it wasn't forced. So the person you see live Monday through Friday in the morning time and Monday, Wednesday, Fridays in the evening time, I didn't learn this. No pastor taught me this. Nobody taught me this. I can put the link in this chat, and you can see the first YouTube video I've ever done. It was in 2015. Matter of fact, to be honest, I think it was this month. Hold on. Now that I think about it, I think it was this month. Hold up. I'm going to tell you the date exactly. The first video I've ever done. When was it? Yeah. December 16th, 2015. It's going to be 10 years in December. The first video I ever did. You will never be crushed or broken. Psalms 34:18. This was 10 years ago. Going on 10 years ago. I was 30 when I did this video. 30. Nobody said, hey man, when you go live, you got to do it this way. Nobody, nothing. So if God make Himself available to me, He can make Himself available to anybody. Anybody. So we can sit up here and, make these excuses, but at the end of the day, like, you got to be in God's algorithm. And one thing I believe is that some doors are hidden from you because your character is still loaded. That's all it is. I know you want more money, but your character is not ready for it yet. Your character is not ready for the amount of money that you really desire. Your character has to be ready for it, because people don't understand. It's like, here's the part where I believe where God is still processing us, and including myself. Once you buy everything that you really want, you're going to buy everything. People say, I ain't going to do this. You're lying. You're human. You're going to buy every bag you want, every shoe you want. Okay, cool. Let's take that off the table. You got kids. The first thing, okay, cool. I'm going to give 10% to the church. No, you won't. That's not going to be the first thing that's going to be that you're going to do first. The first thing that you're going to do is figure out what to do with it. You're not going to just, I'm going to just give it. The first thing you're going to do is sit down and be in awe. Because you ain't going to know what to do when all that money hit your account. Once it hit your account, you're going to think about, okay, I want to give 10%, so I want to do this, and third. Okay, cool. Once you figure out that, now, when it's time to give it, that's when the character in you is really going to pop off. Because here's where a lot of people are going to do. Oh, I'm not going to tell nobody I got all this money. Right. I'm not saying that you should put a post up like, hey, I'm rich now. I'm not saying you should do that. But just the attitude that you have shows the character that God really can trust or not trust, depending on what you're asking for. You get the money. I'm going to tell you what a lot of you are going to do. You're going to get the bread. The first thing you're going to do probably is first thing you're going to do is pay off all your debt. Student loans, doctor bills. You're going to clear your debt out. You're going to put some money to the side for your kids. You're going to save a little money for yourself. You're probably going to do some student. People say, well, I'm going to go buy some real estate. I'm like, no, you're not. You don't even have real estate now. Stop it. Stop it. You don't even have a portfolio now. You ain't going to just jump in this. You don't even know what to do now. How you going to just say, I'm going to just... No, you will not. No, you will not. The first thing you're going to do is what's comfortable to you. Because if that's the case, you will have real estate now with a little bit of money you have. Because it don't take a lot to own real estate with little money. It doesn't. But this is what people say. These are the unrealistic things that people say because they are literally just spitting out stuff to make themselves sound important and sound smart. And you sound smart and educated to someone that has no wisdom and knowledge. Listen, you're going to buy what you want. And this is okay to do. Everyone does it. That's the thing. Athletes have done it. Entertainers have done it. Big CEOs have done it. CFOs, CIOs, CTO, people in C-suite levels, E-suite levels, and companies and businesses, they have done this. It's okay though. I'm telling you this as a believer because a lot of people who are in positions in the kingdom of God, who are pastors, apostles, they don't tell you this because they're doing it and they don't want you to know what they're doing. They don't tell you this at all. Here's what you're gonna do for real. I'm giving it to you just real plain Jane. You're gonna take care of yourself, knock off your debt, put a little money to the side for your kids. You're probably gonna go open up another bank account or 2 or maybe even 3 depending on what you're doing. Once you do that, you're gonna turn around and after you open up your different bank accounts, you may tithe. Some of you will, some of you won't. I'm just put out. Some of you gonna give back to the church. You're gonna give a certain amount back to the church. And say, okay, cool, that's good enough. That's I'm gonna give them 50,000, 100,000, whatever. That's all. That should be good. I'm good for the next few years. Cause you're like, dang, God, like I didn't have nothing. Now I got it. I'm just give it to him. That should be enough, right? Cool. Whatever the Lord tell you to do, you do it. It could be $200. If it's 200, and give him to whatever God tell you to do. Now, here's where the fun starts. You're probably gonna quit your job. Some of you can say, I ain't gonna quit my job. I'ma still work. No, you're not. You're gonna quit. You're gonna call out, or you're gonna use your sick or your PTO. You're gonna do something. Your attitude gonna be different because you're gonna really start thinking about all the stuff you've been putting up with that you felt like you had to put up with because this was the only source of income you had. But let 200 million drop in your account tomorrow. You're gonna think real hard about how you be how you're treated with this company. You're gonna look at everybody different. The moment you go back to work, you're gonna look at everybody different. The managers, your coworkers, and all that stuff. You're gonna just look at them different. You're not on no paranoia type stuff. You're gonna really just peep and say, yeah, I noticed that you talk to me crazy and I just let it slide. And I just joked it off, ha ha ha. I noticed that you be petty with me a lot and I don't see anything. I notice that when I say things to you, you always come to me with some type of hate, petty shade, but you try to laugh it off, make it seem like it's a joke, but you're really not joking. Like, I notice these things, but yeah, you notice everything now. So now you're like, I ain't got to take this. Resign immediately. Or you can put your 2-week notice in. And you're going to take that check, you're going to do whatever. Like, I don't need this check. I got 200 million. I don't worry about that check. Man, I'm going to give that to my kids. They can do what they want with it. Now, here's where the fun part goes, right? You're going to move from where you at. You're going to buy everything you want. You're going to everything that you can possibly need, you're going to buy it. You're going to buy whatever cars you want, 1 or 2. You're going to buy all the shoes, the heels, the clothes, whatever. You're going to start eating differently. You're going to start shopping at bigger, better stores. You shop at Walmart, no more Walmart. You're Target and Whole Foods moving forward. If you're in Houston, you may do H-E-B. Other than that, you're not doing no Kroger. You're not doing no Walmart. You're definitely not stepping inside the Family Dollar. You're like, I'm not doing no Family Dollar, no Dollar General, no Dollar Tree, none of that. I'm only shopping at these stores only. Period. Like, I'm not even going to Starbucks. I'm gonna buy my own machine. I'm gonna be my own barista in my own house. Like, you're gonna instantly change up. Like, no more I'm buying this, like, all my cars gonna be electric. I'm gonna keep a couple gas cars here and there. I got chargers at my house. We ain't paying for gas no more. What? We don't do that no more. We upgraded. We electric over here. Like, it's I got a smart home now. I live in a gated community, but guess what? I got a gate in front of my house too. You got the house, you got the cars, you got as many clothes you want, you bought all the bags you want, the jewelry you wanted, the backpacks you wanted. You don't even use the same barber or the same beautician no more. You're not even paying $50 to $175 to do your hair. Now you $400, $500, and $1,000 now up because you got the money now. Once you do all of that, Oh, I'm taking cruises now. I'm not doing Carnival. I'm going Virgin now. I'm going Royal Caribbean. I'm going to big dog cruises now. Once you do all of that, your first month is going to be real fun. You're going to buy everything. You're gonna be happy. You're gonna be getting massages. You're finally even gonna start working out more. You're gonna be in the best shape of your life. You're gonna look better. You're gonna smell better. You're gonna be wearing the best perfumes. You're gonna have the best skin routine. All of that's gonna change instantly. You're gonna go ahead and get your teeth done. You're gonna do all of that. Some of you may even go under the knife and get surgery. Some women and some men, you may do it too. I don't know. You may do that. But once you get all of that done, right? Then what? You notice I didn't mention real estate. You notice I didn't mention none of these other business ventures you think you know you want to do. I didn't mention none of that yet. This is just what you're going to do in the beginning. Everyone's going to do it. Mommy, I want this. Okay. You ain't going to never tell your kids no. Ever. Ever. Mommy, I want this. Okay. I don't like this. Can I get this? Yeah, okay. You got them. You don't care. Bought your mama a house. Bought your brother a car. You bought all your siblings new houses. All brand new vehicles. You got the money now. You still sitting on what, 150 M's now? You still sitting on that. Then what? Then what? What do you do next? Because it still costs you to live daily. And that money is slowly trickling down. But there's a lot of money though. 150 million just sitting in an account, and then you taking that day by day by day. Oh yeah. You set for the rest of your life. You don't have to work. You're good for the rest of your life. But what now though? Because guess what? While you sitting at home, everybody you know is at work. What are you going to do? You can't hit them up now. You can't be texting them. They busy. They still struggling. They still stressed. You're not anymore. What do you do now? That's why people say, man, it's lonely at the top. No, it's not. You just need new friends. You just need a new association of people around you that really understand what's going on. That's all it is. If you're not careful, after you buy everything, and it's like, what now? And if you don't have a plan, that money is going to leave you so fast. And it's going to wind up hurting you. You're going to wind up thinking that, well, I could just buy my way into stuff now. I could just do what I want. And that's what happens to people. They get the money and they don't have a plan already in place for what they're going to do after they buy everything that they want. Because a lot of you will not be able to handle this one statement. You can have it all. I can have it all. You can have it all. Steak and shrimp every night. You got a chef now. Your chef coming and cooking everything a week. They meal prepping for you for the whole week. You pay them that one fee. They come over. They cook you up a whole meal and then they out. You got meals for a whole week in your entire house. You only thing you got to do is clean the house and both. But guess what? You got money. You'll pay a maid service to come and clean your house. And some of you already know how to cook, so you gonna really love how to cook. Now you got that big old nice kitchen, that big old kitchen now with them granite countertops. Oh yeah, oh yeah. You got you got a stadium grills. You got a dang Chef Emerald type of kitchen. I'm just putting the chef name on there. I don't know a lot of them, but you got them type of kitchens. You got that big huge stove, the big Sub-Zero freezers and fridge. You got them whole digital refrigerators sitting in the wall that's camouflage, look like cabinets but they freezers. Yo, you got all of that. You got top notch everything. You got the nice chandeliers, the nice light fixtures in the dining room, in your kitchen. You got TVs mounted on the wall. You got the nice setup in the room. You got all of that. Now the question is, then what? Everybody now living. You come from a place now where everybody is okay or struggling. Now you jump from okay to straight balling. What are you going to do? Do you have a plan? Because if not, it's going to destroy you. That's the reason why God is processing you in private, because your character is still loaded. People's characters switch up real quick once they buy everything. Once they get everything. Now the real you is going to come out. Now the real you going to come out. You think you're lonely now? Be lonely with some money. See how that really feels. It's only so many bags you can buy. It's only so many shoes you can buy. It's only so many watches you can buy. So many perfumes you can buy. The perfume seem cool now because you can get it, because it's like, dang, like I can get it, but I got a little money. I'm gonna take this little money to get it. And I'm just using that for an example, but it feels good to get it because it feels like a reward. But when you can get it when you want, don't feel like a reward anymore. You got every car you can get. You got the McLaren, you got the Maybach, or Maybach as some people call it. You got the G-Wagon, you got the Range Rover, you got the Double R, you got the Rolls Royce. You got every car you can think of. You got hypercars, you got sports cars, you got old schools, you got dunks, you got slabs, you got all of that now. You got every single thing. You got electric vehicles, you got trucks, you got SUVs, crossover vehicles. So you got at least 20 to 30 cars right now. Now what? Because everybody can't drive them. You notice these people, when they have a lot of money, they always got a team. Why do you think they got a team? I believe they got a team is so they don't go crazy. Because you can't do life by yourself. It's so that you're not sitting there in your thoughts all day. There's only so much you can buy, man. Amazon will come to your front gate a lot every day. Amazon, UPS, FedEx, they'll all be at the door at the exact same time, delivering at the exact same day. There's only so much you can get. But eventually you're going to be like a kid. You're going to stop playing with the toy and start playing with the boxes. And then what? But the reason why a lot of those doors are hidden is because your character is still low, and there's nothing wrong with that. You got to be prepared to handle that moment. Yes, you're going to cry. Yes, you're going to be excited. But what are you going to do when the people you thought that really loved you, they're not going to be happy for you anymore? They're not going to love you like how you love them. You're going to buy them cars, houses, and all of that. And guess what? They ain't going to be feeling it, because you know why? Because their life haven't changed, but yours have. And when they see you, all they see is what? You gave me this, but I can't ever get it unless you give it to me. You can try to, some people will follow suit. Some people will do it. Some people will take the opportunity and do what you did to get where you are. Some won't. They just won't like it. And you have to mentally be prepared for that. Your character has to be in alignment for that. See, a lot of y'all are being loved by people that you're close to because you don't have enough of it yet. But when you live in that state of abundance, you got to be prepared to see people switch up. You got to be prepared. And the most scariest thing for most of us is we don't know who that person gonna be. It could be your own spouse. It could be your own kids. It could be your mom, your dad. It could be your siblings. You don't know who gonna switch up on you once you get all of it. Once you say I can have it all. Like, for real. That's the reason why your character is still loading. Because of that. You got to be ready to be in God's algorithm, because you getting hate now and you ain't even reached your peak yet. Imagine when you reach your peak, the type of hate you're really gonna get. Oh yeah, you acting funny now. How am I acting funny? Because I bought a new whip? Dang, how am I acting funny? Well, you don't come around no more. You're never at home. You're always at work. I don't have to work no more. How am I never around? Every time I call you, you either sleep or you at work. How am I never around? That doesn't make any sense. And when I hit you up, you send me straight to voicemail every time. Fool, I know when you send me the voicemail because it says your call has been forwarded to the automatic voice. That means you sent the person a voicemail. For some of y'all that don't know, you sent that person a voicemail. That lets that person know that you don't want to talk to them. Because if it didn't, it will ring until they would get your voicemail. Stupid. Come on. Be serious. It's 2025. That's what that means. If you send a person a voicemail, that's because you don't want to talk to them. That is okay though, but don't act like you didn't do it because you did it. Try to tell me, oh man, nah, I was busy. Alright. You was on social media and you hit that button and you kept on scrolling. That's all it was. That's all it was. But people gonna feel some type of way. You came up, you know what I'm saying? You doing better, you feeling better, they're not gonna like that. Everybody cool. Pull up in a Rolls Royce Cullinan. On them foes, on them forges, tinted out. You open up them doors, them suicide doors on that Rolls Royce. They see them stars in the ceiling. They see that mink fur on the floor. Oh my goodness. You think people don't like you? Oh, yeah, that's nice. That's nice. I like that. The first thing they gonna do is call. Yeah, I seen them in a Lil Rolls Royce. Damn, why I gotta be Lil? That car $500,000. That car worth more than every house you ever lived in, including the cars you have right now sitting in your driveway. And I bought it cash. Are you ready for that though? Your character got to be loaded. It has to be loaded up. Like there's no way around it, because I'm telling you, I'm ready for it myself, but a lot of you aren't ready. But still, it's not a bad thing that God is still loading up your character. That's why some of the doors are hidden. Your character is still loading, so you can be in His algorithm. It's still loading up. But I want you all to like really think about a plan. Be honest. You're gonna buy. Man, I wish I can show y'all my tablet. I don't have it with me right now. My goal is I got every car I'm ever buy. I promise you, every vehicle, the year, all of it. But after I get all of that, I got a whole plan: family plan, marriage plan, children plan, account plan. I got so many different things. Like, and it's a list, and I mean, it's pages and pages, front and back. Foundations, trust, LLC. I got it all written down like an org chart, just because I already know what the plan is going to be. I'm telling y'all the truth, because a lot of y'all act like, oh, when I get the money to do this. No, you're not. You're going to buy everything you want first. You're going to do that, and then you're going to be like, okay, well, what do I do now? What am I going to do now? So here's one thing I want you to understand. There is a such thing called a private algorithm that everybody's involved in. God watches your unseen actions. Obedience when nobody's looking is what boosts your kingdom reach. God watches your unseen actions. He sees everything that we do. It's nothing that we can do or can't do that God don't see. Nothing. And a lot of people don't want to hear that, because it's like, wait a minute, He sees everything. There's nothing you can do to hide it, because He's everywhere. There's nothing you can do. He sees everything. And that's the part where people want to, say, well, if God sees everything, then why is He letting this stuff happen? Because it's a thing called free will. That will make God a puppet master. So if you want God to take care of everything, that means that you got to do exactly what God says. Do you do what God tell you every day, or tell you what to do every day? Or do you do what you want to do, or do you do what you feel is right based on your experiences and how you grew up? Yeah, you take the latter on that answer. Because God is not up there with strings like, hey, brush your teeth here, and go wash your body here, and bathe your kids at this time, and cook dinner at this time, and go to work at this time, and go get your nails and your hair done, and go get a haircut at this time, and pick your beard out at this time, and clean your eyes out at this time, blow your nose at this time. You only can clean your ears once a week, because I don't think this is important. He's not up there doing that. He's not up there doing that at all. You have free will. That's the reason why He's not doing every single thing. Because a lot of the things, could you imagine how hard that is? Some of you are parents. Imagine this. Imagine knowing what's going to happen to your child every day for the rest of their life, and there's nothing you can do about it. You can only try to do certain things to try to lead them and guide them and help them, but you can't stop it. You gotta let it happen, and you gotta leave it up to them to make the right decisions. But you know everything. You know when they're gonna break a bone. You know when if they're gonna get in a car wreck or not. You know if they're gonna fail a grade. You know if they're gonna mess up. You know if they're gonna lie to you. You know if they're gonna steal. You know if they're gonna cheat on tests. You're gonna know all these things about them, and there's nothing you can do about it. You just gotta watch it happen and watch it play out, and look at them and see if they're gonna make the right decision or not. That's how it is to be God. You can't handle it. You can't handle it. If you can't handle it, why are you trying to tell someone else how to handle it? You can do that yourself. Imagine looking at your child and knowing that what the next thing that they're going to say is going to be a lie, and you got to let them lie to you. But at the same time, no, you got to lead them to not lie ever again. But also, you got to forgive them for them lying to you in the first place. You can keep that job. I do not want to be God. As a human, what I just said was a lot. He does that every day, 24 hours, 7 days a week, nonstop. That's a lot. Could you imagine? Could you imagine knowing? And then in some cases, you only can do things for your child that can only keep them from dying. But you still know when they're going to die anyway. That's crazy. And then in some cases, you got to let it go down because they just got to die. It's like, yo, how do I know when and when not to step in, step out? Should I do it? It's like, that's what it's like to be God. Y'all struggling right now just to do that with your kids. You're struggling now just to do that with your own life. What makes you think you can be God? He watches your unseen actions. That's why obedience is better than sacrifice. Like when nobody is looking, that's what gets your reach up to God. So listen, I know a lot of times, for real, and this is a shout out to everybody who do this. I know a lot of times, like when you be at work, right? Everybody duck out at 5, but you want to make sure that you do your due diligence to get everything done because you don't want to put it off till the next day. That boosts your kingdom reach. I know it's hard. I know it's stressful. Trust me, because I do it myself. Sometimes I be on till 6, 7 o'clock. Then I stop at 4:35 sometimes. But I'm still on just thinking of ways that I can do this better and get this system processed. I'm still thinking of new ways to increase the value. God sees that, and He will reward you for doing those things. But a lot of you just don't think that it's worth it. I'm telling you, it's worth it. It's called a private algorithm for a reason. You reaching in that algorithm is everything. It's like what you do when nobody is watching. That's when God is really seeing how your character is. That's what He's really seeing. Like that stuff makes a huge difference to God. For real. Like the obedience is everything to Him. So I'm really trying to help you all understand, like, your reach needs to be bigger. So it's no different than going to the gym. Like, yo, man, this mornings I don't want to go. Like, I'm like, yo, I'm up at 5 every morning, 6 days a week. I do not want to get up. I want to sleep in. Maybe I can just go later on. Or like, nah, like I gotta go early, man. Some days I'm like, man, I just lay down another 15, 20 minutes, man. Screw this. I'm like, all right, fine, I'm gonna get up. Maybe if I go take a shower, I'll wake up. It's just like, but every time I work out, everybody's like, yo, man, when you gonna compete? When you gonna bodybuild? When you gonna compete? I'm like, I've been thinking about it. But it's just, it's those moments when I'm like, yes, I'm glad I went, because the strength that I need mentally, it comes from going when I don't want to go. That matters a lot. It matters a lot, man. Don't shadow ban yourself either. Like, I think a lot of us, like, limit our own visibility to God. We literally limit our own visibility to God. We really do. We limit our own visibility, and I don't know why we do that, but we really do. Like, we really limit our own visibility from God, unfortunately. And we do that by doing two things, and I think y'all know what those things are. But just in case if you don't know, I'm gonna tell you exactly what those things are. It's two of the worst things that we do, and we do it haphazardly. Number one is comparison. Comparison is the thief of joy. I tell you, a lot of y'all don't think y'all look good because y'all too busy looking at stuff on social media. You don't even think you're attractive, and I'm saying this mostly for the ladies out there who, please hear me. There is a man right now that'll take you right exactly where you are, but you don't think that's possible because you keep looking at the same people on Instagram that keep showing up in your algorithm. There's a reason why they're showing up. Because of two things. Number one, not because you clicked on it, But because you stayed on that reel for so many seconds, you've already been put in the algorithm. It's not about clicks anymore and double tapping anymore. That stuff is old. That's not the algorithm now. It's called watch time. If you stay on that reel for a certain amount of seconds, that will boost you into the algorithm to get content from that same person or similar content from that person. So you'll keep getting it. You're like, man, why is that person keep showing up on my feed? It's because you spent a lot of time within that particular context of content. So you stayed on this one page and you saw this girl, she was working out, didn't know that she went under the knife, but she's working out so she can promote the product that she's being an affiliate for. Whether it's a clothing brand, a spandex brand, or some type of protein, no matter what it is, but you see her working out. And she don't even work out because she went to have surgery. She work out probably 3 days a week just to maintain her body. But you up there trying to think, okay, I'm going to go 5 days a week and get ready, but I want to look like that. No, like, please, don't compare yourself, because people really be out here cheating and lying. They really be out here cheating and lying. I'm telling you. A lot of the dudes the same way. These dudes be up here on trend, test, all kind of stuff. I can look at the dude body and I can tell he on something because I work out 6 days a week. Like, I've seen my body go through changes based on the type of food I've eaten, based upon the type of protein I've taken. I've seen my body go through change. I've seen my body lean out. I've seen my body get bulky, masky, muscular. I've seen it all. I see guys and I can see how the muscles look. I'm like, nah, that's not even human, bro. I know you want something. And those same dudes always come up to me and ask me, yo, bro, you compete? You think about doing this? You think about that? I'm like, bro, I'm natural. They're like, damn, you natural? Like, yeah, I don't take anything. Like, I do a protein shake, pre-workout, and BCAAs, which is for recovery. And then that's it. And I eat like crazy. Like, other than that, I don't do all that extra stuff. Like, that's not even human for your veins to be popping out of your arms like that. Why your veins look like they sitting on top of your skin, bro? Like, yo, like, and not only that, look at the texture of their skin. Like, the skin look real dry, looks real what's the word? Not scaly, but like sandpaper. You can look at it. It's like it doesn't look real. Like, it looks like action figure, like silicone. It looks like rubber. Like, it's like that's not even a real thing. But people cheat. And you up here comparing yourself to this guy doing all these poses and flex muscles. Like, bro, they are on steroids. They are on this. They're supposed to look like that. You're not. What they do to get that way in a short period of time, they take stuff to do that. You're not doing that. It's going to take you longer. But once you get there, you will never lose it. Ever. Because you know what to do to get there. You know what to do to get there. They don't. So they got to come and they have to take things in order to do it. You don't have to do that. And guess what? And you know the sad part about it is, once they take it, they're on it for the rest of their life. Because some people, once you get on that stuff and you get off, your body will never be the same. You got to take other things for the rest of your life. Otherwise, your body going to crash. And that's it. So, comparison is like the only thing that's going to keep you stuck. The limiting piece of your visibility, of you being shadow banned by your own self, is you comparing yourself to other people. That's why people don't see you, because you always comparing yourself to everyone else. You're not even being the first you. You're not. Ladies, I'm telling you, just stay consistent. I saw a video earlier, and I'm going to move on. This guy, a young guy, I don't know what platform it is that they do. I'm assuming, I think it's Bigo Live. I think it is. It's either that or it's TikTok. But these guys be up there and they do content. They get on live and they communicate with people. They talk to them and then they post the clips on like social media. But this guy was on and it was two girls on. One girl was real slim. You could tell she maybe work out whatever, but the other girl was really like obese, like really big. But she was real pretty in the face, but she was really, really big. She was really big. And the dude said, and I quote, he said, whoa, stop. He said, whoa. He said, ma'am, and this ain't no disrespect to any woman that's plus size. This is a real statement. He said, and I quote, he said, ma'am, I'm gonna be honest with you, you are way too big. You are huge. I'm just repeating everything he said. He said, you're huge. You are super huge. He said, that woman right there, that's not your real friend. You need to cut her off ASAP. She's not your friend. You know why she's not your friend? Because she sees you that big and she's not being honest with you. She's not telling you that the reason why she keeping you around is so that she can look good around you. It's so that she can make herself feel good because she looks good. And that's the reason why she getting all the dudes and you not. And he said, you're a beautiful girl. He said, you know what she to do? Dump her as your friend. Drop her, because she will not tell you that, girl, you too big, you need to lose some weight. That's not healthy for you. She wants you to stay like that so that she can feel pretty around you. And there's a lot of women that do stuff like that. They know that they are more attractive than the friends, so they'll befriend them all day because it'll make them feel better, because like they're here but they still feel like everyone else is down here. And he said, she's not telling you to go to the gym. He said, I can tell she go to the gym. I can look at her body and see that she goes. She would never tell you, girl, you need to stop. You need to come to the gym with me. She would never do that because she wants you that size. She wants you overweight because it makes her feel good to know that, yeah, I got a friend, but as long as she's not looking better than me, then okay. He said, I guarantee you drop weight, dude's gonna be blowing you up all in your DMs every single day. Because the friend was like, I got low confidence. He said, because you just overweight. He said, you drop that weight, I promise you, every dude that's after her, they're gonna come after you. First thing I did was ran to the comments. I said, let me see. You should have seen the comments. It was mind blowing. Every guy, even the girls, even the women, every man and woman in the comment section said that dude told the exact same truth. One woman said, I was like that. I was overweight. I'm a personal trainer now. And I have friends just like that. They were very beautiful, very slim fit, very fine. They was always my friends, but they never wanted me to get better. The moment I started getting better, the moment I started getting in shape, the moment I started eating right, and she said, I lost so much weight. The moment I started getting curvy and thick, and she said two of her friends had surgery. She said, I never had surgery. I done it the long way. It took me a while, but once I got it and my body sent up, she said they didn't want to go out with me. I was hitting them up. They started like ghosting me a little bit. And she said, I got the clue then. She said it hurt, but I got the clue. And every guy was like, yo, she not ugly. She's just overweight. If she lost that weight, she would be bad. Like every comment I saw, it was like that. And the crazy thing is, when he was saying that in front of the friend never said, that's a lie, he lying. She never stopped it. She never interjected. I was shocked. I'm like, yo, this dude is not really lying. She's not trying to defend it. She picked up her phone and started recording him like this. And he said, no, yeah, you go and record it. He said, don't you swipe off me, Edie. He said, I want to tell her the truth about you. You're not her real friend. You letting her be like this. You wrong. You only keep her around because she makes you look good. And he said, I guarantee the moment you drop that weight, watch what's going to happen. And that's the crazy thing, because when you're in the spirit of comparison, you won't ever look at yourself good. That was the perfect example. I said, I wonder what would happen if she got a personal trainer, or she just started taking her health a little bit more serious and she started going to the gym more. Watch what happens. Some of y'all like that right now. You got family members, co-workers, and friends. It's a thing now. I think it's a thing where women say they buy the tea. I don't know what this stuff means. Maybe I'm just old. I don't know. But look, get in shape. Watch what will happen. I guarantee it. Watch what will happen. You'll be surprised of all the people you think that's cool with you and look good. Man, listen. When you look good, you feel good. When you look good, you feel good. Go ahead and get in shape. Watch how all them people that you think you cool with, watch how they start slowly start getting in shape. Go to work with that jug that got the times on you drink water. Bring that mug to work every day. Drink that whole gallon every single day. Yeah, you're going to be peeing like crazy. You're going to be going back and forth to the restroom. But watch how clear your skin going to get. Watch how more energized you're going to be. I'm telling you, start meal prepping. Bringing your stuff to work. Warming your food up in the microwave. Nah, I'm not going out to eat today. Start eating fruit at your desk. Eat bananas, apples, kiwis, strawberries, pineapples. Watch. Watch what will happen. All I'm saying is be the first you. You won't never have to worry about nobody hating. Your real friends gonna come and they're gonna be like, nah, you shadow banning yourself. You tripping. You staying stuck in comparison. You gotta switch it up. You gotta switch it up. You gotta switch it up. And I'm gonna say this last. Oh, excuse me. I'm gonna say this last thing. Excuse me. There is a thing called an upload delay, and it's a reflection of your waiting season. This is for somebody. I don't know who this is for, but I'm gonna say this, and I pray that you get it. And I pray that you receive this with love, because this really blessed me. Waiting seasons aren't punishment. I'm gonna let that sit on you real quick, because I know why I'm live. I know it's an actual delay. I figured that out already. But waiting seasons aren't delay. They're not. Waiting seasons aren't punishment either. They're not. Your waiting season is not a punishment to you. It's not. It's not a punishment. You're sitting there like, where's my husband? Where's my wife? It's not a punishment. They're just being uploaded. And uploads take progress. It takes time. So in other words, I pray that this bless you with what I'm about to say for real. You think God's ignoring you. God's not ignoring you. You know what he's doing? He's upgrading your capacity to handle what's being uploaded. You ever try to upload or save something, and then right when it get close to being finished to being uploaded, save, it says, sorry, you don't have enough space on this hard drive? Your hard drive got to be updated. That's why it's taking longer. You want a wife for real? It's not about can you provide for her. Can you love her into provision? Love is provision as well, not finances. Can you mentally, and I've seen it, can you mentally provide? Can you do that? Can you emotionally provide? You buying stuff and paying for stuff does not make you a provider. It just make you an ATM. It just make you a dude with money. That's the harsh reality that no man really wants to tell other men. When y'all have kids, you gotta help with the kids too, bro. That's your child as well. It's not just hers. You gotta help with the kids as well. You're not immune to it. You're not immune at all. You're far from immune. Like, I want you to really, really understand this, because the world tells you to be against each other so much, and I hate this whole battle because it's war. And the crazy thing is, people make money at war. The people who are in war, you either live or die. But the people outside the war, they're making money. You want to be outside the war. You don't want to be in the war. If you're outside of the war, guess what? The war doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. So you got to be ready if you say that's what you want. And not just about, I have enough money to pay bills, because you can have money when you get married and then you can lose it right after. It happens all the time. Happens all the time. You can have no money when you get married and then blow up, and then y'all just millionaires for the rest of your life. But I've seen people who were millionaires when they got married and then literally lost it all. Happens all the time. I knew a guy who was in the homeless shelter. I spoke about this on Wednesday. I used to go to a homeless shelter in Georgia and preach there every single week. There was a guy who I met there. He's no longer there anymore, thank God. But he was there. It was a men's homeless shelter. This guy had 3 construction companies. He was making like $4 million a year. He said, man, bro, I had this 3 construction companies running at the same time. He said, man, I was balling, man. He said, bro, I had Lamborghinis. He said, I had Rolexes. I had it all. He said, it was me, my wife, and my 2 kids. He said, the money messed me up so bad because my character wasn't in alignment. He was honest. He told all the men this, and he was crying. He said, I lost my whole family because my character wasn't in shape. He said, now I got 2 kids that are grown with my grandkids, and I don't even know who they are. They would never let me see them ever because of the things that I did. He said I got hooked on drugs. I got hooked on cocaine. I started smoking heroin, and I got on crack. I mean, it was bad for me. He said, and then I got my ex-wife on it, and then she got clean, and then she left me after that. And then I lost everything. She divorced me. We split everything up. She took majority of everything because I just wasn't I was just an unfit parent, an unfit husband, and I lost everything. And man, I felt so bad. But I hugged him and we clapped for him because he was honest and he was vulnerable and he spoke that story. He said my character just wasn't there, man. I wasn't there. But that let me know that God was there he was literally upgrading his capacity. So your capacity has to be ready for the things that are being downloaded. The amount of money that you want that's being uploaded in progress in your life, right? You gotta have the hard drive to handle it. You gotta have the processor, the capacity to handle all of that. You gotta have it. And then some of you say, "Oh man, I don't even want 200 mil." Ben, like just give me 500K. 500K is a lot of freaking money. What you talking about? That's a lot of money. You don't even have 50K right now in cash. You want 500K? That's a lot of money. That's a lot for someone that don't have it. It's a lot of bread. You still got to have the capacity for it, because you can do a lot of damage with 500K for real. You can change your life. You can turn that 500K to 5 million. Happens all the time in this world, in this day and age. But you got to have the capacity to handle the 500,000 so you can turn it to $5 million or 50 million or 500 million, whatever your goal is. But you have to be ready for that. You have to be ready for that. I'm going to leave y'all with the scripture real quick, man. Luke 16:10, it says, whoever can be trusted with little can be trusted with much. You keep asking God to make you viral, but he's trying to make you valuable. And sometimes value takes longer to process than visibility. I'm going to say it one more time. You keep asking God to make you viral, but he's trying to make you valuable. And sometimes value, it takes longer to process than visibility, because value lasts longer. You could be visible one day, the next day you're gone. Other words, you could be a one-hit wonder in your process. So he's not lagging you. He's not dragging you along. He's not ignoring you. He's not lagging at all. There's no lag in what God is doing. He's aligning you. That's why it's taking some time. He's aligning you. That's all he's doing. So I pray this helped you, man. Thank you for tuning in tonight. I think it was a pretty cool conversation. But next week, we're gonna keep on talking about this. We're gonna keep on pushing this forward. So share this video. Make sure you do give. The giving information is in the description. You can do Cash App or you can do Zelle. But make sure you still tune in every single Friday. Monday through Fridays, man, we're doing Command Your Day between 6:30 and 7 a.m. And then Monday is Man of Mondays. Wednesdays is Bible study. And Fridays, Real Talk Friday, the pod. So make sure you tune in. So other than that, thank y'all for tuning in. We'll see y'all next week. Take care and God bless.